It's Fula coming to you with another commentary. There was a video that was brought to my attention with Nicki Minaj, and uh, she was having a little chat with Joe Budden. Now, I don't know for sure. I don't know if that was a publicity stunt, but Joe Budden actually came out, said he was gay. Now, I don't know if he was telling the truth. I don't know if he was capping or not, but that was done by him. So, with that being said, I'm not sure if he actually means that. If he actually means that, I'm freaking, gay. You know what I mean? But in this video, it appears that Nicki Minaj attacks the Black manosphere. Now, granted, she has a husband herself and she has a kid herself, but I really don't know if how if she's happy because granted, her husband, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a former sex offender. And granted, Nicki Minaj, she's of Trinidadian descent, but unfortunately westernized. There's like many. Unfortunately, there's many Caribbean women who are westernized. You know, but hey, what can we do? They learned the hard way too, man. Unfortunately, they learned the hard way as well. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get into this, and let's see what she's talking about. Let's see what she has to say. Okay, let me see. Now, it looks like in the video she attacks Fresh and Fit. Now, granted, I don't like Fresh and Fit. I think they're cornballs. As a matter of fact, what they do is they freaking they freaking, I want to say, like, they don't practice what they preach. They had freaking, they pay to play too. You know what I mean? They're goofballs. But anyhow, let's get into this.
It's needed for you. So I will never be on that side of the room about bashing Black men. I'm never gonna be on that side of the room.
Now, the good news is about that is she still maintains her a little bit of her Caribbean traditional values, but the bad thing is that the type of man she chose. You know what I mean? She chose like one of the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want like a former pedophile around like any kids, even if I had the kids with them. You know what I mean? So that's the bad thing about this situation. So with that being said, it is a little bit of relief that she says she's not gonna like bash black men. You know what I mean?
Because and even in relationships,
and I think the reason why she's not bashing black men is because she already has a man. Like granted, it's not really a good one, but she has a man. The one thing you have to understand is that most of the women who bash us, and I'm talking about all black men. I'm talking about like every black man, be it that they're from Africa, be it they're from the Caribbean, or a place of that is outside of the United States. It's open season on them. It's open season on us. That's just how the ball falls. You know what I mean? But thankfully that she has a mind of her own.
sometimes I think women forget that the man just wants to be like, and you know what, Joe, it made me realize when I had my son, sometimes the way I treat my son, right? It's like I realize how much love and affection and constant, adoration I show to my son. And sometimes that's what the man wants. And because a lot of times, especially black men, they're not allowed to even show their emotions, even when they're young, and get told like,
Yeah, I agree. I know in my household, my pops didn't really like us showing our emotions, as guys. Um, but here's the thing. He taught us how to live without it. So for me, I don't really need the, like, for example, the gushy type thing, the you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually okay. I'm good with, like, just in essence, like, I guess you can say, improving upon myself, right? um I don't really need, like, nurturing or anything like that, because this world was not built for us to be nurtured, because as it stands right now, we're like numero uno, number public enemy uno, you know especially when it comes to Belejo and Denejo women, you know.
Oh, you gotta man up, and you gotta this, you gotta that, and you gotta be the man of the house before you even, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the man needs to be treated like that, ladies. You know how we nurture our sons and our children, and we just adore them and kiss on them, and they want that. They need that too. So I want to just make sure I let black men know for the rest of their lives, I'm not one of those. I love you, and we need you, and a couple black idiots don't spoil the bunch. I'm not gonna categorize all black men based on the couple dumb ones who every time they get, when they get on, they never, they don't never with they race, or they on TikTok dissing black women. I'm not categorizing y'all based on a couple dumb people. No.
Well, Nikki, the thing you have to understand is, Nikki, I like a couple of your songs, I'm not gonna lie. But Nikki, you must understand something. Well, your song with Movado is good. That's the one song I really like. Shout outs to Movado. But anyhow, Nikki, you must realize something. Most of the time, these men weren't they weren't compelled to bash black women or date outside their race, but they were forced to, Nikki. The thing is, Nikki, you must understand something. The modern Western woman, be it Bolejo, Denejo, Hispanic, Asian, make compel dudes to not only date outside their race, but date outside their country. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Nikki, I'm afraid that you're going to need to check your own women folk instead of coming for these guys who are doing that on TikTok.
No. Well, because so many of you guys didn't feel loved and nurtured when at the most important time in your life.
No, that's not it. That's not it, Nikki. You have to understand something. The love and nurturing did not have, or the lack thereof, did not have an effect on most of us. Now, granted, I came from a two-parent household, and I came from a polygamous household at that. The love and nurturing wasn't a problem. The problem is when I was sent to the West, and granted, I understand the sacrifices my folks made for that to happen, but when I saw how the ball was rolling, when I saw how Belejo women uh like thought about me, when I saw how even Denedral women thought about me and things like that, I said, you know what? I had to become a savage. You know what I mean? I had to become a savage. As a matter of fact, like, it's to a point right now where, like, if a Belejo woman or a Denedral woman even smiles, like, I'm already thinking suspicion. Like, there's something already like, okay, like, nah. You know what I mean? So, Nicki, it doesn't have to do with the love and lack of nurturing in the household, Nicki. You must understand it has to do with what people who listen to your songs are doing, what the women who listen to your songs are doing, what the women fans of your songs are doing to men.
And then you get to this place where it's like, and then you get to a place, and on social media now, where it seems like all women are saying, I want money, I want to go. No.
Nicki, it's easy for you to talk because you have plenty of money. And because of you, that's why, and because of your songs, that's why all these Belejo and Denedral, well, mostly Belejo women, think that they're entitled to that lifestyle. That they're entitled to the lifestyle that you have, Nicki. You must understand this, okay? I know you have good intentions, but you have to really kind of think realistically. Okay, please be realistic. You have to be. Be realistic with yourself. Come on.
No. Yo, I don't feel it. No, it's I love you. I love you. I love you. That's what where we should be at.
Nicki, it's not that cut and dry, okay? I have one song that Nipsey left me. And in that song, because believe it or not, I'm not going to tell all his business, but Cuz was dealing with, I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to leave it with this, okay? And I'm going to leave it brief. What they showed with Lauren London was not that. As a matter of fact, he said in the song, it's going to be a day where you regret these dumb decisions. It's going to be a day where you ain't got no one to visit. How it feel to have me unrestricted. How it feel to love me under one condition. And so that's where we're at in this society. You have to understand. And sometimes you're not even loved under that one condition. And when he's talking about that one condition, it's moolah. It's the kind of lifestyle that a man can provide a woman. It's the kind of Instagram likes that a woman can get based on, you know what I mean. So this is what I'm talking about. So Nicki, it's not like I love you. That doesn't exist.
I love this. I love that you're spewing this. I love that this is the message.
But they won't put this on the blogs, Joe. They will only put drama and hate. You understand? So one more thing, let me just say this. Regarding what I said is, and I touched on this on an interview with Joe, how when women, when we're very insecure, we do things, whether it was altering my body or whatever it was, because of what a man said. And so when you get a little bit more, older and you're 60.
Nicki, you did it because your publicist recommended you do it. And you knew damn well what you signed up for when you got into the industry. It had nothing to do with men. This is what you signed up for.
You do these things for you. You get your eyebrows done, or you do your hair, and you do your makeup, and you put your nice clothes on, and you go to the gym because it's self-care. It's needed for.
Sure, it's needed, but women do it for other reasons. I remember this was crazy. And I was like, what the hell? And I had to call her out her name. You know, I actually called her out her name. But and that's why I no longer go to public gyms anymore. I just stick with the boxing gym. But and she knows better. That's the thing. She knows better. She knows better from where she comes from. But she hasn't been back for a long time, but she knows better. Okay, but there was this Cuban girl in the gym. Okay. She came up to me and asked me, "Hey, do you think you can cash at me something for some Starbucks?" Like she started a conversation. I'm like, "Oh, this bitch wants something." You know what I mean? Right off the bat, I knew she wanted something. And then, it was just yes and no answers, basically. And then when she asked that, I walked away. I said, "Bitch, please." That's what I said. Excuse my language, but that's it. And she knows better being from Cuba. Because I've been to Cuba before. I know what the women are like there. You know what I mean? Like, I know exactly how they're like. But she's been here too long. And then on top of that, she knows her time is coming. And now she's trying to, in that same girl, because one friend of mine actually, is funny. One friend of mine actually ran into the same girl. And now she's trying to look for marriage after having fun on the carousel. But that shit ain't gonna happen, bro. Sorry to say it, that shit ain't gonna happen. Really ain't, man.
You understand? Do I wear certain things certain ways for my husband? Of course. This is not about. I wasn't talking about people's husband and their significant other. Who the ain't gonna do certain things for their significant other? I'm talking about you,
Nicki. The way it is right now, you'll be surprised who won't do what for their significant other. So please, you're living in a different world than what's really happening.
that get on Instagram and start talking about lace fronts. Shut up. When y'all do that, y'all want to put on a lace front. Don't ever talk about no body lace front. Who the you talking to? Who like down?
Yo, Nick be going off, yo.
I mean, Nicki, you have to understand something. You kind of cause these things with the lashes, with the butt implants, and things like that. And, obviously the weaves and things like of that nature and stuff. So you can't be mad at them. You can't be mad at us when we roast them. You can't get mad. They're trying to look like you. That's the thing.
You can do this Kanye thing, I'm telling you. You can do it.
You understand? I'm talking about men that feel the need that they can comment on women's bodies and keep saying what we like and what they don't like. Who you?
Nicki, you guys caused this though with the body positivity movement, where we're supposed to just accept a woman's body for whatever it is, and it's just not going to go down like that. It'll be a cold day in hell before I bring a Lizzo to the village. Now listen, and this is another thing that needs to be said, because there's this gross misconception. I'm going to say it. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Most African niggas don't like fat women. Okay, there's probably maybe 2 or at most 3 tribes that force feed women to get them fattened up. But the majority of dudes like toned women. And the majority of African women are like that, who are traditional due to the rigors of life, carrying their baby on their back, walking up hilly environments, pounding millet, pounding cassava, pounding what we call in our language called sharing, okay, which just basically means corn in Creole. So they're naturally going to be fit. That's the thing. They're not going to need that kind of thing with the body. You know what I mean? So the body positivity movement has you up in a outrage when we don't want to settle, and when the fat women themselves don't want to settle for another fat man. You feel me?
Well, who are you? This ain't about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Joe Budden with his ass, he shouldn't be agreeing. He should ask her the question, well, Nicki, what do you think? Well, what about a guy who has himself in shape and, a fat woman feels entitled to him? Is he wrong for having a preference? He should have been asking questions, not just, yeah. I would have asked her that question.
And as a matter, and one more thing, I saw somebody put on their blog that what is the man Kevin Samuels says. Kevin Samuels rates Nicki Minaj. First of all, Kevin Samuels rated me, Joe, a 9, right? And they put on the blog that they tried to put the little part where me and Kevin was talking about the 7.5 and tried to say Kevin rated me a 7.5. Kevin rated me a 9. But guess what? That 7.5 or that 9. And this is not about Kevin, because he actually was very respectful on the show when I spoke to him. Or that do that, y'all can take those ratings and shove it up your assholes.
Nicki, we do it because it's realistic. We do it because we realize that without the lashes, without the pounds of makeup, that most women wouldn't be picture friendly. Now, let me go to a page real quick. Okay, let me see. Now, this is one of my cousins. She runs a tour. She runs a tourist thing. She runs a tourist company, a tourism company in whatchamacallit, in Cabo Verde, and I want you to see the woman. I want you to see a natural woman who doesn't need all of that, and who, in my opinion, like she's like a wholesome looking woman, like young lady, not in the, and I'm not saying this in a way that like, oh yeah, you know, I would marry her. I'm not saying that in that kind of way. What I'm saying is that she has she basically lives such a natural lifestyle that she necessarily does not need to have these enhancements and stuff like that. And so let me find her photo and you can see, you know what I mean? I gotta just find it real quick. Let me see. Gotta find it. Yeah, right here. Now with her, you know, as you see, she she does not need anything. She does not need like any enhancements. She's not wearing any makeup or anything of that sort. But you know what I mean? Like it's just natural. Everything is natural about her versus what you see all these women are doing here to try to be tens, to try to be eights and nines. She doesn't need to do that to like be like, you know what I mean? Be like a beautiful individual, you know? But let's continue on.
Shove it good and hard and deep in your holes.
Or you can stop.
Okay.
Like, you shouldn't tell women what you think their rating is.
Like, I don't ever want a man to come back on this internet and talk about something lace from. Who the f think y'all talking to? That's a conversation you have for your woman behind closed doors. Y'all feel like y'all can constantly disrespect black women? Get the f out of here.
They disrespect themselves. All you have to do is open up a Belejo's TikTok and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then black men and non-black men alike who simp for them are make it even worse and make them even more delusional. So it's not us who are disrespecting them, it's them who are disrespecting them. We're simply just observing what they're doing, not disrespecting them. Disrespecting them would consist of us like actually trying to like maybe, I guess you can say maybe like do like maybe make false narratives about them, or maybe just slander them. But if a black woman is telling you that she's going to use you for money, am I really disrespecting that Belejo? If I call it how it is?
I love this.
And to the men that get on and laugh about black women because you mad because some black girl broke your ugly heart, like the podcast clown.
No, it's not that. Like, because at the end of the day, like, you know, I dodged like a couple of bullets from Belejo women because I'm not trying to be like you know, self-absorbed or arrogant, but we have something in our code of conduct of which we call pulaku, which is called hakilo. And hakilo is like foresight, and you kind of like think about, okay, what can possibly happen. And then also, you know, Sultan Muhammadu Bello, Rahmatullahi, he alay, and also Cherno Usman B. Fuje, Rahmatullahi alayhi, they encouraged adherence to their basically adherence to their minhaj, which is their path, to basically cultivate their mind's eye or their inner eye. And these lessons combined with the lessons of Emil Carter Cabral and Thomas Sankara and others have made me like cultivate this, and I'm still trying to cultivate it more and more and more. So with this insight, you make sure with this insight, you make sure that you're not setting yourself up to be heartbroken by any woman for that matter, be it Belejo, be it Denejo, or be it Latin or Hispanic. But yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with having a heart broken by a Belejo woman, because like, to be honest, I never put myself in a position to have that happen, because I already knew ahead of time that, okay, this is what they're up to, and I just like step away, you know.
I wish you would have tried that with me. I wish you would.
They wouldn't have tried it with you, and you wouldn't have been there.
Never.
Yeah.
But we ain't even gonna get at no light. But my point is, you speak about these things in the privacy of your home with your woman. It's not. This is not embarrassed black woman season. That's not what this is. I think y'all talking to her about.
You guys embarrass yourself though. That's the thing. Like, especially with your husband, Nikki. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you have the creme de la creme in the music industry. Like what the hell are you doing with someone like that? That's just my question, What's the problem, But let's continue.
Anyway, so Joe, I'm really
So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if I would have Nicki Minaj as a spokesperson for black women, but she did kind of say some encouraging things about black men, a couple of things. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna be real. The only women that I'm gonna uplift are gonna be like traditional women. Traditional women, be it they're like from Africa, be it they're from the Caribbean, be it they're from Latin America. Those are the only women I'm gonna uplift, bro. Even Hustle Man said that, he has a song called Bulgari Shades, and he's like, it ain't about sex, so for your pussy I won't pay, but I'm inspired by something beautiful with brains. So that's what kind of speed I've always been on, and so that's what kind of speed I'm gonna stay on. Like, you know what I mean? So that's it, man. And Nikki, she just needs to like understand why we're in the situation we're in right now. And I don't think she understands that well, but it was entertaining. And unfortunately, like Joe Budden, he just didn't say much. He should have said stuff. He should have spoke up for guys, man. He didn't even defend guys. You gotta like defend men, bro. You can't let her talk like that, bro. You gotta like say something. For real. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Foolish signing out. Like and subscribe. If you want, share the commentary. You don't got to, but we got some things coming on the channel. I actually am gonna try to do something tomorrow and put it on the channel. Inshallah. But yeah. Foolish signing out. I'm Jadam.